In line with the Lagos State government's drive to ensure all schools in the state attain required performance standards, the National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS, recently organized a seminar to sensitize the members on effective quality assurance for best academic outcomes. While highlighting the importance of the seminar, NAPS President Alhaji Wasiu Adumadeyin stated that the knowledge of yesterday and previous years was insufficient for the present-day education and called on those present to continually update their knowledge.
For those of us that left school about 10-20 years ago, that knowledge is not very relevant to 21st century education. And that is why we must continue to abreast ourselves with latest development in our choosing field of endeavor. Most especially, those of us that are operating private schools in Lagos State, we have brought to us the supervisor in charge. Let them come and tell us what we need to do. Ignorance is not an excuse.
Speaking to the participants, the Director General, Office of Education Quality Assurance, Mrs. Ronke Shoyombo, emphasized the areas of quality assurance such as the teaching and learning process, leadership and management, plus achievement and standard.
The school did so well in 2015-2016. However, the result went down in 2017. What could have caused that? Change of leadership? Maybe you change the principal of the school, or you change the head teacher of the school. That can bring your school down. Sometimes it can be change of teacher. That teacher that has been doing it so well has just been moved to another year group. And so children there now are suffering. So those are the kind of things that we're expecting. What strategies are you putting in place to make sure that problem is not repeated again?
He also spoke on lesson observation, performance, and various levels of impact of the lessons delivered in the classroom.
You've got to look at how am I raising the profile of reading in Lagos State? Raising the profile of reading. Do you allow your children to really read? Do they read a lot? We want all our children to read so well. If achievement and standard is well done, if you have a nice reading corner, you have a lot of activities around reading day, and the children, they take books home every night, do they? When they take books home to go and read, if you don't review the books, they will not read again.
The capacity training was interactive in nature as the participants had an opportunity to ask questions.
To my own understanding, Montessori is just a method of teaching, but now it has become the only method that is approved by parents, by schools. We even hear schools, Montessori, and when you get there, I don't see anything Montessori. And when parents come to your school, the first question they will ask you is your school a Montessori school?
Montessori is good, but don't forget Montessori came from, it was one of the strategies for early years in the past. You will see that when you go into early years curriculum, it's early years foundation stage curriculum that UK uses. And it's very similar to the ECCDE. So look at it very well. The three of them are still talking about the same thing. The only difference we have between Montessori now and the current one is that every child in early years must be allowed to explore, but not for them to just sit down at a corner.
I get confused about the usage of these two words, basic and primary. Do we say basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, or primary 1, primary 2?
In UK, they will use year 1, year 2. In America, they will use basic 1, basic 2. In Nigeria, we will use primary 1, primary 2. Everything is just semantics. So whatever is suitable for your school, nobody will force you on what to do. So please be free to title your school whatever you want it to be.
In an interview with Education Report on TV, the president of NAPS expressed satisfaction with the outcome of the seminar.
I'm sure we have gained a lot today from this seminar, and we are not going back to our different school the way we came. We are going back a better informed person, and I'm sure the knowledge we have acquired there will have a total upgrade effect on our different schools.
With such an impactful program, the participant gave kudos to the organizers while sharing the lessons learned.
The issue of security is a serious issue. She has been able to tell us what we should do to make sure that we deliver, not just on academic, but also to make sure that a school environment should not be a death trap for any child.
A lot of things that we didn't know in details before, but the program has made us to see it in a different perspective and dimension.
Here we have been taught, we have been trained, we have been exposed to certain things within our environment that could better the educational sector of our country. By the time we get to our various schools, we bring it down to the level of the students, our teachers, and every stakeholder.
Quality assurance is really not about a lot of money. It's about people understanding what to target and following those targets, the right routines, the right goals, the right recognition.
It's been a brilliant and laudable event for us coming together today to come and talk on what the work of the quality assurance is about. And I mean, we've been able to actually have a very good session on how we can improve standards across all our schools in Lagos State.
Bringing stakeholders together to have an input, share ideas, and learn new innovations will go a long way to improve the quality of teaching to ensure better and greater outcome.